All right. A little sign over here says Accordion Cool, so I guess it must be. I don't have my name behind me today, but I can probably remember that. I think it's Coach Dave, and I think, yes, indeed, it is another offering of Accordion Cool. Now this week, and maybe for the next few weeks, I thought I'd do something I don't think I've done. I kind of circled around it a little bit. But, you know, all this great music that we play here on the show, some of it, believe it or not, is 100 years or more older, and yet these great songs have persevered through all that time in spite of all the other wonderful music that's been put out. So I thought I would kind of, you know, maybe go through decades or whatever. So for today, excuse me, for today I think most of the songs are going to be coming from 1900 to 1929 because there were lots and lots of songs. The songs, you know, in the early 1900s, there weren't a lot that are memorable, so to say. I mean, a lot of the songs were written and were popular at the time, but the songs that we do, as you well know, are songs that have survived the time. So that first song was Ain't Misbehavin', and that was written in 1929, came from a show. Again, like many of the songs we do, they came out of a show, and the song was great, and the show folded, and I believe this was the same idea. It's called, and I have not heard this song, this description before, Stride Jazzy / Early Swing. I honestly don't know what it means. It means ain't misbehaving, I guess. So Stride Jazzy Early Swing. I'd never heard that terminology till I started doing a little little research on these songs. So we're going to move on now to 1924. And this song, if you are under the age of 60, you have never heard this song played as anything but a cha-cha. Because in 1952, a fellow named Warren Covington, who at that time was leading the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra, recorded it as a cha-cha, and it became another big hit. I mean, the song was played through the years. I mean, nobody had a huge hit, but just everybody who's anybody recorded it. So we're going to go back and play it kind of like the original way a little bit. So I think we'll use piano on this one. A lot of these we're going to start with piano because way back when, you know, the piano was very much featured. So little T42, here we go. For two, or however many you want to serve, you know. But back then, they couldn't afford more than 2 cups of tea. Well, all right. Our next tune, 1914. This song is definitely well over 100 years old, and you know it's still very popular today. It was written by a fellow named W.C. Handy. I think he was a piano player, I'm not sure. But it's called the St. Louis Blues. And the cool thing about this song is you can just play it as written, and he did such a great job writing it. It almost sounds like you're playing a little jazz chorus the way the song is written. So you can play this song and sound like an expert without even trying. So let's see what the St. Louis Blues. Oh, by the way, you've heard a couple little squeaks and squawks. That's that. Again, I'm still not totally used to this accordion. I think this is a little wider area, so My hand kind of hits, but I'll get there if I live long. Okay, St. Louis Blues. Louis Blues, W.C. Handy, 1914. See, the only problem with playing the blues, most songs, 99.9% of the songs have 32 bars or measures. That's all one chorus. Blues are 12 bars, and then it starts all over again. So you're dealing about 25% of the time. So sometimes you got to go back and say, oh, what can I do this time, so. But it's fun, the blues. And of course, a lot of the rock and roll songs out of the 50s, a lot of Elvis songs were basically blues, and they just added some lyrics and changed the notes a little bit. Hound Dog, Heartbreak Hotel, I mean, so many of them, so many. But anyway, moving on to all the way up to 1926. Another show tune. Again, don't know what the show was. I guess it didn't do too well. The song is written by a fellow named Irving Berlin. You may have heard of him. Called Blue Skies. So let's see what it sounds like. Blue skies, smiling at me, nothing but blue skies. Yeah, in the summer that's what we see, but not now. In the winter they're not too blue, although there's been a very small amount of white, white stuff on the ground. I won't mention the actual name. You know what I'm talking about. So I guess we can't really complain. Of course we can complain. That's what we do. All right, moving on to 1925. Well, I should say moving back, because I was slipping back a year, but that's okay. This song, don't know a lot about it. I don't think it came from a show or anything. I think, a couple of guys just sat down and said, let's write a song. They said, okay, pick a subject. And the song is called Yes Sir, That's My Baby. I mean, it sounds like it should have come from a show, or maybe it did. Just that information isn't available. I don't know. No, Austin, I was not there at that time, so. Yes, sir, that's my baby. That's my baby, yes sir. Don't mean maybe, yes sir, that's my baby now. Well, you know, we're getting down towards the end of our time here. Now, our last tune is a song I am sure through the years, no matter how young or old you are, you've probably heard this song at one time or another. It actually has two titles. 5'2", Eyes of Blue, 5'2" is one of the titles, and also some of the words and lyrics say, has anybody seen my gal? And a lot of people said, oh yes, the song, has anybody seen my gal, which is 5'2", but anyway. So a lot of people call it different things. Now this was way back, again, in 1926, when a lot of the piano players, I think they called it slap. They would hit a note in the bass of the chord, this type of thing. You know, almost like, I don't know if I can do it. That type of thing. And there is an older gentleman in the area. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. He has a daughter who sings, and he plays piano, and he plays that style. And of course, I think he's even older than I am. Yes, Austin, it is possible. And he plays that. I forget the but something to do with slap. So, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm playing the melody. I'm not playing the background. So, here we go. 5'2", Eyes of Blue. Has anybody seen my gal? for 2 eyes of blue, has anybody seen my gal? Well, you know, I certainly hope you've enjoyed our little trip back. And a lot of these songs are today in what they call eminent domain. Now, I've done several albums, and when you do an album, you have to get permission or get a little contract that the writer of the song has received a royalty for you to, perform his material. And after about 100 years, they go into what is called eminent domain, and anybody can play them. So all my albums, I have paid. Maybe it's like $300, $400, but these people wrote the songs. I mean, they should you credit them on the album, and so what do they get? A couple of bucks, but if there's somebody doing 100 albums, there's $200 to go out and buy a cup of coffee or something. So once again, hope you've enjoyed our little trip back, and what I'm gonna say. Bring those young'uns in. They definitely have not heard a lot of these songs. And again, thank you to Austin behind the glass, or progressing with playing different sounds and not having him tear out what little hair he has left. And this is Coach Dave saying, I don't know how you get us, TV, radio, whatever, but thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go home with a little bit. Oh, I don't know. Has anybody seen my gal?